When you look at the average Christian man today, how do you think we're doing as men here in America these days? Do you feel like we're actually living wholeheartedly as Christians? Or do you feel like we're somewhere in between, off the mark? Or if you were to ask me, I would say we're a lot focused on performance and appearances, but we're getting really away from, when you look at the early church of Acts, what it was really about, being able to wholeheartedly follow God with everything that you have, right where you're at. You know, if you ask me, I think a lot of times we can get consumed with what does it mean to be successful today? What does it mean to keep up with all the technology and the AI that's available now? And how do I be able to impress people with my words or my appearance? Or how do I be able to have enough influence or income to be able to get the right person for the rest of my life? A lot of times it can feel like with Christianity, at least in my experience, that it feels like people are just shopping around to try to find the right thing that fits them and makes them look good, compared to be able to say, Christ, I know, like Peter does, that I am a man that's unclean, and I'm worried that when you're around me, I'm actually going to make you unclean. But I believe in your power, that you can transform this broken man and make me whole in you, make me new in you. That's not by my performance that I'm going to be saved, or you're going to be able to get anybody else saved, but it's by being able to kneel down at the cross and come wholeheartedly to you, that you put your Holy Spirit in me so I can live filled by that Spirit. So when I look at men today, I feel like a lot of times we're getting caught up in performance and we're getting caught up in fear. And that's what Courageous Calling is trying to do, is get people to stay about and say, I want to be courageous with my life. I don't want to make fear the one on the throne of my life. I don't want to make perfection or performance or my facade of success what really is important to me, or what I worship or go after as my idol of my life. But I want to be able to lay it down. And what does it mean to be able to wholeheartedly live for God? That's what Courageous Calling is all about. How do I get to really know God? And so I can get into a way where I hear his voice and I can walk with him daily. I don't know about you brothers, but for me, I look at the book of Acts and I look at how they're filled with the Holy Spirit, how they would go into towns and they'd be able to just go and meet strangers on chariots, and then suddenly God's taking them to a new place in a new town. And they weren't afraid to wipe the sandals off their feet, right? So there are times where they weren't accepted, but they just broke off that dust off their feet and they kept moving on with their life because they knew they had a calling from God. And it wasn't just the first apostles, right? It was even their disciples, like men like Timothy, that was able to take these things and teach it to other good men, that they'd be able to lead others and be able to put these things in place. So for Courageous Calling, we make this kind of brotherhood available to you. Just trying to say that we're broken people, but we live for a whole God with true worship, and he makes us whole on the inside and out so that we can do courageous things for him in every season of our life. Even if we're different places, different backgrounds, different denominations, all those kind of things, we bring it all to the cross so that Christ could be glorified and that our lives could really be changed. God bless you guys.